everyone, welcome to my July TBR. This is going to be a casual chatty one because I've got 2 or 3 readathons coming up in July. The main 2 are the Biannual Bibliothon, which is the final one and I really want to take part in it, and the second main one is the Reading Rush or the Booktubeathon, which I didn't take part in last year and I regret it, so I'm doing it this year, and I'm going to be posting separate TBR videos for those 2. So this is going to be like my casual June TBR, and I'm going to see if I can maybe fit these books in with the readathons at some point. I'm also hoping to do maybe 24 in 48 or off the grid readathon as well, maybe both of them, I don't know. I've got 2 free weekends coming up, so I want to get as much reading done as I possibly can, considering I am recording a bunch of videos now. So I'm going to show you these books, and I'm also going to talk to you about my July plans, because I feel like I should probably let you guys know what I'm doing more, just because first of all I like talking about myself, and secondly it would give you more of an idea of what to expect from me in terms of videos and vlogs and things, and then also it kind of bulks these videos out because I find TBRs can be a bit samey after a while, especially if you're like me and don't follow them. So the first 2 books that I want to read in July are library copies, and those are Vox by Christina Doucher. This one I think is dystopian but feminist fiction. It's set in a future where women are limited to 100 words a day and are therefore basically speechless. The second one is Ancillary Justice by Anne Leckie, and this one is science fiction, I think about a sentient spaceship, or it's about an AI who used to be a spaceship. The back is a bit vague and I didn't really want to read too much into it because you guys know that I like going to my books blind. So I'm going to get to these 2 fairly soon because I need to return them to the library. I also have 2 review copies that I want to get to. I do have more, but I particularly want to get to these 2 because they're short and I feel like they could be quite summary. The first one is Sherwood. This is a continuation of the Robin Hood story, and the second one is This Time Will Be Different, and that's about a Japanese American family. It's YA contemporary. The main character is a florist and she is kind of struggling under her mother's watchful eye, I guess. I don't really know much more about it. And then the next 5 books I want to read are from my physical TBR because I need to try to get that down. So I think all of these will count towards my like challenge 40 thing that I'm doing. So they're from my physical TBR pile. They're books that I bought prior to 2019, so they'll count for reducing my TBR for the year. First one is one that I got unsolicited from a publisher like years ago. I don't know when this actually came out. 2014. So it's been on my shelf for a while, and that is Where the Rock Splits the Sky by Philip Webb. Because it was unsolicited and I got it so long ago, I don't know what it's about, so I'm just going to have a quick look at the back. It says here that Megan lives in the forever dusk, visitors arrived and the world stopped turning, which sounds catastrophic, to be honest. No one sleeps because everyone's afraid. Megan wants to know what's coming. Megan will ride across a forsaken wilderness to where the rock splits the sky to set the world spinning again. So I guess it's like literally stopped spinning. But the reason I picked this one is because it's very short and I need to get rid of some of my TBR books because I've got way too many. The next one is one that I read when I was younger and I've been meaning to read it again for the longest time, and I tried but I just couldn't get into it, and that is The Lord of the Flies. When I say I read it when I was younger, I think I actually read like 75% of it, but I stopped like here. Not entirely sure why. I just remember probably being a bit too young for it, and also this says this is the educational edition, so I don't know if it had like notes or something that I didn't like reading about, but we'll soon find out. Then I've got 2 fantasy books, and the first one is The Bands of Mourning by Brandon Sanderson. This is the 6th book in the Mistborn series. It's the 3rd one in his spin-off series, like that's not the main trilogy, and I haven't been loving these books, I have to admit, because I love the original trilogy so much, and I don't think this new series matches up to it. However, in Shadows of Self, the previous book, more characters were introduced and I got so happy about it, so I'm actually quite excited to read this one now. This is going to be my first read of July. The next fantasy book is The Poppy War, because the Dragon Republic is coming out in August and I need to recap it for Recaptains. I was meant to read this ages ago because I was planning to be a lot more prepared, I just wasn't. This is grimdark fantasy inspired by Imperial China, and it's very dark. There are tons of trigger warnings concerning this book, so much so that the author has done a whole blog post on it. I don't really know much about it other than it gets very dark. It follows the main character, who is called Rin, who is a war orphan, and she is training to join the army or something, and she's apparently a badass, and it sounds really good and everyone has loved it. The writing is tiny, I didn't realise it was going to be this long. Oh well, it's fine. And then finally the last book I want to read is a science fiction that is called One Way. This is obviously the advanced reader's copy. I got this one back in 2018 and I just didn't get around to it because everyone was posting really negative reviews, and that's a shame because I was really looking forward to it. It's about a group of prisoners who are then trained up to be astronauts and are sent to Mars, and I think maybe someone dies up there or they have to try not to kill each other or something. And since they're all murderers, I'm sure trying not to kill each other is quite difficult. I'm a bit hesitant to read this one because of the negative reviews. However, it does sound like something I will enjoy, so I'm trying to forget about that and kind of focus on the sci-fi element. So I am kind of looking forward to this one, even if I am a little skeptical. So those are all the books that I'm planning on reading. And then as for my July plans, this is the first week of July. I'm currently recording this on the 5th, and I've recorded a bunch of videos already, which means I will hopefully be able to post them regularly, because that's something I really struggled with over the past couple of months due to my schedule kind of changing and then going on holiday and things. So my plan is to record a bunch of videos today and like previously this week, and then upload them at a regular schedule, maybe 2 or 3 a week, because I do have a lot. This weekend we are going to the Battle Proms, which I'm vlogging, and I'm so looking forward to it. I'm going with Quill's family and they're paying for everything, so that's great. And I just think it sounds really, really good. From what I know about it, it takes place at Blenheim Palace, which is in Woodstock near Oxford, and it should be a really nice evening out with a picnic and stuff. I'm really, really looking forward to it. So I've mentioned that, I mentioned my videos. There's also YALC coming up at the end of the month, which also overlaps with the reading rush. So my plan is to obviously do the reading rush, and then at the end of that week there is YALC. So I don't know how that's going to affect the readathon, but Quill and I will be staying in London from Friday to Sunday, and I'm going to YALC for all 3 days, and I think we're going to do a mixture of YALC stuff and then Comic-Con stuff, so we'll be kind of like wandering about the entire building. We went for 1 day last year and we loved it. I'm a bit worried that we're going to be a bit tired out since we're spending 3 whole days there. Well, I am, I've got Friday off, but Quill doesn't, so he's showing up on Friday evening. But I'm looking forward to seeing some people. I'm a bit nervous as well because I get very anxious at these events and then I can never think what to say, or like I don't like going up to people and introducing myself, even if I do talk to these people online. So if you're going to YALC, then please let me know, and then maybe we can arrange a meet-up on the Friday or something, and then I won't be so nervous. There's also the Bibliothon and 2 other readathons that I've mentioned. And then the other important thing that I'll be doing this month is house hunting, because Quill and I will be moving. I think I mentioned this in a vlog, but he got a new job in Milton Keynes, which currently takes him an hour to get to from where we live. We're planning to move a little bit further north so that we're pretty much exactly halfway in between Milton Keynes and where I work. Then we can each commute for exactly the same amount of time, because at the moment it takes me 20 minutes, it takes him an hour, which isn't really very nice for him, and obviously I don't want to move jobs at the moment because I'm still quite enjoying mine. So we're moving halfway, and I've already saved quite a few flats and I'm looking forward to going and viewing them. I'm just a bit nervous that we're going to end up at the end of September with nowhere to live, so that's making me a little bit anxious, and it is kind of putting me off from reading and recording videos, but I'm hoping I'm going to balance it out and it's all going to be fine. So those are my July plans. Let me know what yours are in the comments below, whether it's reading or, you know, personal life stuff. Thank you so much for watching. I'll speak to you on my next video. Bye!